we've got the Brooklyn Nets and Philadelphia. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said
the fault with the process, but it is true. The team is in a better position now than it was back in 13.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Luwawu.
I love that. Yes, indeedy.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Durant with the steal. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Pass to Embiid. Ball's knocked loose. It's Harden with the drive, and Embiid with the block. From 12 feet out, the putback, the rebound by the Nets. Here's Irving. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And one thing I don't think Kevin Durant gets enough credit for is his mental toughness.
Good point.
He is rarely shaken or thrown off his game if things aren't going his way, and always remains focused on winning and doesn't let too much throw him off course.
Harden can't hit.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. In transition, here come the Nets. And it's Harden slamming it down.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
And with Durant and his ability to stay focused on the court, Greg, you're just talking about this. A big example of that was last year when all the free agency speculation was floating around.
Yeah, and that can wear on a player when all the media is talking about your future. Durant has done a great job of blocking out the media the last few seasons and just focusing on winning. I mean, his focus on the court is a big part of why he is so consistent game to game.
Outside Irving. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Here's Milton, and he banks in the layup.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Well, I think he's got to serve notice to the defense that it's going to take a much stronger effort than that to contain this guy today. They've got to bring more force if they're going to try to slow him down.
Here's Simmons, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Simmons got his second basket of the game.
What breathtaking quickness by Simmons. So good at blowing by whoever.
As we get the second quarter up and going. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Harris is out there with Andre Drummond. then it's Green, then it's Curry, and it's Korkmaz in at the 2. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Here's the screen, dishes it to Curry. Here's Harris. It's deflected. Curry against Irving.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
The 76ers trail by 7. And you go back over the great players the Nets have had. Dr. J comes to mind as perhaps the greatest. But Jason Kidd and others can be mentioned as well.
Well, you know, Kidd and Dr. J clearly are up there, but neither played their best years with the Nets, despite Kidd leading that team to back-to-back NBA Finals appearances. You'd have to acknowledge Vince Carter when he was here, as he helped them get to a pair of finals. I mean, he was part of those teams. Buck Williams, I think, probably needs to be on that list, a contemporary of mine who had an outstanding career with the Nets. So I think all those guys are worthy of being singled out as outstanding Nets.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, people forget Festus Ezeli was also a first-round pick of the Warriors a few years ago, but he was an academic prodigy growing up. He skipped kindergarten and the 5th and 6th grades. He had plans of becoming a doctor, but when he started playing basketball, he found himself behind the curve. He said, "Here I am as a 15-year-old kid, and I can't shoot a layup." But guys, he's brought that same work ethic from the classroom to the hardwood. He's improved year after year.
He is a presence, D.A. Thanks. Bobbed up there for Drummond.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big.
A little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Irving against Curry. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The 76ers trail by 8. Kicks to Curry. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
At the elbow, Green drills the leaner.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Left side, Griffin. The dish to Irving, the 17-footer. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Outside Curry for the 3. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Nets lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
Come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there, Ernie, in the stratosphere? Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, they're facing a team that shot. And that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
As we return to Philadelphia, we give you a scenic view of the downtown skyline of this terrific city. A stunning sight. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Well, Irving has simply been great. 9 points and several assists.
Nets leading by 8. And the new practice facility and basketball operations center at the Sixers starting this season, right across the Delaware River.
It's actually in a different state, strangely enough, Camden, New Jersey. It's the biggest practice facility in the NBA. And the Sixers building the team up on and off the court.
So for Brooklyn now, Luwawu is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard position.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And here's Brooklyn. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. The 3-ball. Nailed from three-point land. Harden's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Harris against Durant. Feeds it to Embiid. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Here's the screen. Inside. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Durant. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside. Durant's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker. I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Maxiel with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And Simmons kicks to Maxiel. The shot's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Durant up top, guarded by Harris. Shot's good by Durant.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Yeah, it's so bad I would even go a step farther and call it raggedy. I mean, that's how their defense has been overall today.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 11 points for Kyrie Irving. Milton, guarded by Harden. Stolen by Harden. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Drummond's checked in for Harris. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in for Irving. .44 seconds left to play in the third. And Maxiel kicks to Simmons. 13 feet away. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 10. Harris passes to Luwawu.
Talk about bringing it.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Embiid, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Philadelphia shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
And Embiid drops them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
And here's Harden. The kick out to Brown. He got it up. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Nets up by 10. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Keep making the extra pass. Everybody. That doesn't mean you got it. Shoot it. But if somebody's open, you give it to them. Hey, right here. Make your run one step at a time.
And obviously hoping for better team basketball. Doc Rivers really laying it out to his guys.
And it's about maximizing each possession, running your offense all the way through until you find a good shot.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Curry is out there with Green. Then there's Embiid. Then it's Simmons. And it's Drummond in at the center. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Simmons.
And Simmons is accustomed to finishing over all types of defenders. That jump shot is just pure gold.
Durant against Embiid. Durant dishes to Brown. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And the Nets lead by 11.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And Philadelphia calls time here.
Start it.
Hey, you look at when the Nets moved to Brooklyn, they did a big rebrand along with the relocation. Sleek, black and white jerseys. They're definitely the team of a younger crowd in New York.
Yeah, you can certainly see the lines being drawn and the separation there in the Big Apple. I mean, the older crowd remains loyal to the Knicks, but the transplants to the city and the younger fans kind of gravitating towards the Nets. It's an interesting dynamic for somebody looking at it from the outside in.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin, for Harris, and Irving subbed in for Brown. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Down low. Here's Drummond. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, I tell you what, it didn't take long for everyone to recognize that Andre Drummond was going to be a dominant rebounder in this league. He just inhales everything within his reach out on the floor. And then he's got that great blend of length and strength to get after every miss. Incredible feet and hands to go along with that. And this is a guy that just has superstar written all over.
The shot's good from Irving.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Out to the wing. Here's Simmons. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's hard to stop talking about Drummond. The rebounding, of course, helps him get the easy points. When it comes on the offensive end of the court, Greg, a terrific offensive rebound.
It's almost like a feedback loop with him. I mean, you get an offensive board, he gets an easy score. He starts getting on a roll, and then the next thing you know, he's blowing up for a 20-20 game.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Now here's Simmons. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive. And Ben Simmons was so highly praised during his brief college career. Came in with lofty expectations, and his play on the court really nothing short of amazing. Still, his team faltered, and he didn't even get a chance to play in the tournament. And that's a rare thing for a top prospect like him.
And he sinks the second. And with Simmons not getting to play in the tournament, it wasn't his fault by any means. He was pretty much carrying that team on his back.
Yeah, and that can be good and bad for him and his NBA prospects. Didn't get the chance to play in high-pressure games and prepare the mental fortitude. However, he knows what it is like to be the man on a team and what it takes to perform at a high level.
The 76ers trail by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Irving. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here.
For your 76ers, Tolliver. Green. Curry.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Beyond the arc. Korkmaz, no good. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Brooklyn ball. Substitution on the court.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
What are you doing? Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
"15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. He kicks to Drummond. They get a hand on it. Griffin with the steal. Johnson attacking. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
Just wanted to come out here and compete, get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and, doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
So much that Kyrie Irving can't do offensively. He's got unreal handles, amazing vision, and he can finish in tight or knock down the deep ball. Kyrie is the man I want running my offense because he's from New Jersey.
He was a marksman from the field tonight. No wasted opportunities. He would just wait right there and strike when he was open. And there were few misses on his part.